Hey good people, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. Welcome to our mixtape series. This is volume 6. All of these songs have been submitted by you. If you want to get on a future mixtape, just visit musicallymalnourished.com and find the mixtape section and you could submit a song for a future mixtape or check out the info in the description. We've got a good mix here. Nujabes, who I was pronouncing, I think, Nujabes, so I apologize for that. Miguel, Lupe, Fiasco, Aesop Rock, because with Lupe and Aesop, you guys like to watch me suffer. I love it. I love the music, but it hurts my brain. It really does. We've got some, I think, unreleased J. Cole. We've got Lil Wayne from a mixtape that I think has been on and off of streaming platforms. XG, I think, is new to me. Pusha T, Suicide Boys, and we're closing it out with Prince, which will be my first time like intentionally listening to a Prince song. I know I have heard some Prince songs. The only one I can name is Purple Rain. Can't wait to eventually get into a full discography or full album from Prince, but this will be fun to kind of dip my toes in the water. So I guess without any further ado, we're going to get in and give each song a listen. I'll make a few comments along the way, but I'll be keeping notes in my handy dandy notebook here. That way, after each song, we can talk about the things that stand out and see what other information we can find out on genius.com. So we're going to kick things off with Nujabes. The album is Metaphorical Music, and this song is Lady Brown. Here we go. Okay.
Brush a cold to a diamond, eyes forever shining. Your beauty alone inspire a nigga to rhyming. Thinking of the better things in life. Thinking of how I could persuade you to become my wife. Hand in hand as we floating over tropical sands. You my lady, I'm your man, so let's further advance to the next scene. Me sleeping next to you resting. You're the personification of all God's blessings. Coming to me in just one physical being. One physical dream that I want to redeem. Yo, voluptuous, sweet caramel, brown honeydew, satin skin.
Such a great guitar line.
So sensual. Her smile like a chemical extract of perfection. Rare mineral, she smelled like a happy birthday on a Thursday. Quiet time, love, sleep in, awake early. Honey brown with the long black hair, teasing me with a kiss and a stare. Slight touch and you taking me there. So fine and it just ain't fair. So beautiful and so damn rare. She's angelic and energetic, using sex as a weapon. I reckon that I confess in the body.
Oh, the flow is crazy.
She needs to be in the church to prove we didn't spawn from fish, but God's work hurts to see her glow, cause her body beholds secrets untold, value like platinum and gold. But she is the key to open my mind and see the energy that radiates from the gates of heavenly bliss. I reminisce over touching a kiss while you fucking the bitch. I go to make blood of my miss. Never scandalous, it's unanimous. After you will handle it, lights off and candlelit rooms are glamorous. So I call you love sexual, you look edible. Parallel, snuggle up close, intellectual. In a rendezvous, who wish you a rap hairdo. No makeup, but jeans, shorts, open toe shoe. I wanna hold you, mold your soul, I behold you, know you. Better than myself, never own you, but keep you. Never leave you, I beseech you. God's gift to man is you wearing a see-through. Riding sea dunes in Atlantic Ocean, causing commotion. Lay you down, going through the motions. Keep the skin soft lotions, got me coasting. Down pretty round brown thighs, again a slow lady brown with the long black hair. Me with the kiss and the stare. Slight touch and you.
Dude, what a groove.
So fine and it just ain't fair. So beautiful and so damn rare. Yo. Look at this agreeable, delightful, delectable, unforgettable, so sweet she may be edible. She's a pedestal, a step out of heaven. You ready, boo? Never hypothetical, you factual. Fuck theatrical, baby girl, because you actual. Physically, your chemistry is so mathematical. How to use academics to define your spirit. You lifted my limits, your name off on my tongue is a lyric. She's a compilation of my mind's representation of a representative, representing an excellent revelation of time and dedication. Never impatient, she know the deal. Herself to me, so I can see her heavenly ways and heavenly gaze. And plus, I know her that she has an ass for days. So as we lay, I reminisce on the day that we met. Please, God, never let me forget.
Okay, dude, consider my interest peaked. The person who submitted that wanted to remain anonymous, but shout out in the comments is if that is your first time hearing Nujabes as well. It's going to take me a long time to get used to saying that. Nujabes. Because every time I see it, I want to be like Nujabes because of the candy. Jujubes. Oh, that was so great, man. It's not often that you hear acoustic kind of picking lines like that, and I don't know, it kind of to me has this Hispanic type feel, but I don't really know how to describe a lot of the different genres of kind of guitar playing, but you don't hear that paired with rap a lot, and the flow was so great. It kind of has this real old school feel, which is one of my favorites, and the voice was amazing as well. So okay, crazy flow, crazy groove, great lyrics, obviously kind of focused on his love. So you kind of have a mix of the sexual, but it's also like toward one person that he's committed to. So even songs like that, you know, for me, as somebody who's been married for over 17 years, like I love songs that aren't necessarily focused on, you know, other women, but toward one, because then I kind of embody that and it continues to keep the flame in my heart and remind me about cherishing my wife, being satisfied with my wife, and making sure I'm staying on top of my game and my affection toward her. Let's check this out. So here it says, Lady Brown is a single release by Japanese hip-hop producer Nujabes. The single was released in 12-inch vinyl and sold in Nujabes' own record stores, Tribe, located in Tokyo. The single featured Star. Oh, sorry, there's two hard names. Star from Sign and Now Tokai. Lady Brown was featured as a third track on Nujabes' first solo album, Metaphorical Music. The song is originally sampled from Louise Bonfa's Shade of the Mango Tree from Bonfa Burroughs, Brazil, 1978. The record was recorded, mixed, mastered at Park Avenue Studios. Sai said, when I wrote Lady Brown, I basically had in mind that first chick I was sprung over and just translated into words that feeling. So is that the person delivering as well on the actual lyrics? We'll look into, so let me check out Nujabes and Star. Let's do this. So Nujabes, this is Nujabes, better known by his stage name, was a Japanese music producer best known for atmospheric instrumental mixes sampling from hip-hop, soul, jazz. And so I wonder if he plays more of the role of like a producer in the sense of, wasn't that kind of like Avicii's role? Star? Was that how it was? Star, 1R. So yeah, this is probably the person actually rapping on it. American Alternative. No, that's not the same thing. Okay, Hip Hop MC. If you guys know Nujabes, you guys know Star, right? Nujabes is amazing. Lovesick Part 3, his work. I wish Star had more of a presence on the internet. Love his bars, his flow. So yeah, I'm assuming that's him rapping on it. So shout out to Star. Let me know if I'm right on that. It seems like the most logical conclusion in Nujabes. Maybe Nujabes, I don't know if he sings or raps at all, or if he plays more of the producer type role. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, it seems down here, this comment, one of the greatest songs by Nujabes. Production is God tier. Star killed it. The MC has a unique fast flow, but it doesn't overshadow the beat. Well, and his flow, so he enunciates really well too. The lyrics are simple but beauty at all. It talks about a man falls in love with a color woman. Nujabes was talent in his pure state. Kicking things off right here. Okay, Next up, this comes to us from Masorious, and it is Miguel. The song is Candles in the Sun. Let's get into it. Sounds a little like Final Fantasy VII to me.
Is there a guy? Is he watching? Is she watching? Are they watching now? If not, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing now? Look at all these people searching for a reason, searching for a piece of mind. Hey, say we're all created equal. That's what they teach us, but that ain't how we treat each other. No, that ain't how we treat each other.
This sound is mesmerizing. Well, Kaleidoscope Dream, so makes sense.
Yeah, diamond in the back, baby's on crack, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. White collar war crime, money gets spent, candles in the sun, blowing in the wind. Sun goes down, heroes often get shot, pieces long been forgotten. Oh, will it be too late when we find out? Take a look around.
Wow, it's beautiful voice.
Business and government's just watching the innocent fade. Mindless bureaucracy fast, hindering government.
Yes.
Aren't you appalled? What are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? Diamond in the back, baby's on crack. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. White collar war crime, money gets spent. Candles in the sun, blowing in the wind. Sun goes down, heroes often get shot. Pieces long been forgot. Oh, will it be too late when we find out? Yeah.
Oh, the drums are perfect, dude.
Look around.
Such a good line. Let's go ahead and get infused with some soul, dude. What a beautiful song and a beautiful message. Obviously calling for change, calling for us to be change, pointing out, areas within leadership and things that fail us, systems that are meant to serve us by selfless people that are filled most often with selfish people serving themselves, keeping aid, keeping change from reaching the places that it ultimately should. And that idea, candles in the sun blowing in the wind, is an interesting thought, because obviously when you light a candle, it burns, but also the idea of a candle being in the sun would only melt it further, causing it to burn down. And blowing in the wind, meaning that the flame is in danger of going out as well, right? So it's just kind of like all odds stacked against you, makes you think of just a person melting away in the desert, rotting away. And such a great delivery on it. Obviously it'd be hard to deliver a song like that without really feeling it, but you can just sense the delivery and the passion behind it. I loved also too when he kind of brought in the scratch within his voice on the parts he was emphasizing. Showed us a lot of range within that one song. And also the bridges we burn light our way. Man, I was sitting and thinking about that for a second, as the song was playing, and then it finally hit me and I was like, oh, okay. Because I think there's one way to burn bridges, which is to kind of be foolish about it, right? You're just super offended by everything and immature in your emotional, your EQ, your emotional intelligence. And because, so often we put forward intellectual intelligence, our IQ, above EQ. And IQ obviously matters, but without EQ, I would say for the average person existing in this world, moving through life, your EQ is even more important than your IQ. Because even with a healthy EQ, a healthy emotional intelligence, you can learn new things, and also not make as many foolish decisions, and also know how to kind of keep that sound mind that we need to navigate through the world and the challenges that we face in our jobs, in our relationships. And so even the idea of may the bridges we burn light our way, I don't think it means just throw your middle fingers up and forget everybody. It's more so like there are times in life you have to burn bridges, but they're purposeful, and it's with wisdom, and it comes through maturity. And I know in my own life, I have burned bridges before, and it is not, because for me as a Christian, I obviously have certain convictions about forgiveness and things like that. So it's not necessarily harboring hatred or bitterness, but it is recognizing we're not in the same place, and we're not meant to necessarily operate together, and I can't go where you're going. And so therefore I'm kind of burning this bridge and moving into the next phase of my life, and where I feel like I'm meant to go, where I feel God's leading me ultimately. And so I can look back over my life and realize strategic decisions that I feel like, to the best of my ability, I made with wisdom and maturity, even though maybe I didn't always do it right. Or there are always things that maybe we could look back and be like, oh, I would have done that a little bit differently. However, there are times, things I can look back on, bridges I burned, and I don't feel any bit of remorse. And I look back, I'm like, that was the right move. I'm glad that I did that. And I feel like that's kind of the message that's speaking, because ultimately that burned bridge and the fire coming from it did illuminate my path forward and where I felt was right to move. So just a really, really great message in there as well. Let's see if it says anything here. Candles in the sun is a metaphor for human fragility, insignificance against the overwhelming forces of the universe, nature, societal oppression. It highlights how fragile and ineffective we are, like a candle's flame rendered invisible by the sun. Oh, that's an interesting thought on it. when trying to fight massive issues like systemic violence, poverty, or greed. Be careful about this, how ineffective we are. It can feel like that. And sometimes it is difficult to make a difference on a mass scale. You have those people, you have those revolutionaries that do that. But if we take on the idea that our small efforts mean nothing, then that will only leave us in a far worse place. And if nothing else, can we make a difference in an individual's life? Let's look right around us first and foremost. And then you may one day get an opportunity to have a platform to make a difference at a larger level. But don't write off the idea that you are ineffective, because if enough of us are effective, we can make change, and we will have voices that rise up and can make massive systemic change. I think we have to still hold on to that hope, even though sometimes it feels frivolous or fruitless. Really, really great, man. That was my first time hearing Miguel. Okay, next up, we have one from Lupe Fiasco and then one from Aesop Rock. These both come in from Adam Barken, so thank you, Adam. The first one is Lupe Fiasco's Put You On Game from The Cool in 2007. Okay.
Let me put you on.
Okay.
I run this place and I've begun this race. Must I rerun this pace? I'm the reason it's become this way, and their love for it is the reason I have become this praise. They love my darkness, I've made them heartless, and in return they have become my martyrs. I've been in the poem of many a poet, and I reside in the art of many a artist. Some of your smartest have tried to articulate my whole partnerness, but they're fruitless in their harvest. The dro grows from my footsteps. I'm the one that they follow. I am the one that they march with. Through the back alleys and the black markets.
Is this like the devil?
The crack houses and apartments. Through the mazes of the queens, the pages of the sages, and the chambers of the kings. Through the veins of the fiends, a paper chases pages, yo, I'm famous on the scene. One of the oldest, most ancientest things. Speak every single language on the planet, yeah, I mean. I am the American dream, the rape of Africa, the undying machine, the overpriced medicine, the murderous regime, the tough guys front and the one behind the scene. I am the blood of this city, it's gas, water, and electricity. I'm its gem and its math and its history, the gunshots in the class.
Oh, so cool.
Can't pass if you missing, G. I taught them better than that. I taught them aim for the head and hope they never come back. I'm glad your daddy's gone, baby, hope he never comes back. I hope he's with your mother, with my hustlers high in my trap. I hope you die in this trash. I can't help it, all I hear when you crying is laughs. I'm sure somebody find you tied in this bag behind the hospital, little baby crack addicts had. Then maybe you can grow up and be a stripper, a welfare receiving prostitute and gold digger. You can watch on TV how they should properly depict you. The river shall flow with liquors, quench your thirst on my elixirs.
Oh my gosh.
Safe haven for the rebel runaway and the resistor, the trusted misleader, the number one defender. And from a throne of their bones I rule. These fools are my fuel, so I make them cool. Baptize them in the water out of Scarface pool, and feed them from the table that held the Corleone's food. If you die, tell them that you played my game. I hope your bullet holes become mouths that say my name, cause I'm the...
What? Dude, short and sweet from Lupe. I guess not that short, 3 minutes. It's pretty short for a song. Dude, that was so cool and dark. Even from the beginning, I was like, okay, this has some real like gothic type vibes. And then they come in with the dark voice. I'm assuming the devil, I am the, is what it ends with. Obviously, it's a personification of evil, no matter what. And even the album art, you know, kind of has that, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, satanic type imagery. That's the best thing I had. The symbols and things like that. Dude, so effective with every single word, which obviously that's just Lupe's MO, right? Let's see. We'll hop in here and take a look. Okay, it's a pretty long bio. There's a few interpretations. The 5 greatest evils. Song introduces, according to Lupe, the 5 greatest evils known to man. He creatively personifies these evils by giving each of them a voice, making it seem as though they're all competing to see who is the worst. Oh, I know what else I was thinking about. It's like it felt a little off the front for me, like Eminem. And even throughout, I was getting these little hints, which I haven't listened to a full album from Eminem. I only know from like little things I've heard over the years, and even back when I was in like 7th grade or something like that, 6th, 7th grade. We are getting ready pretty soon to do the first LP from Eminem, so I'm really excited to get into his discography. But it had a little bit of that, a little Eminem feel to me, and even that like, lose yourself in the moment, you own it, you better never let it go, which I know the energy is totally different in that song, but kind of the intro, I don't know, that's what it made me think of. So let's see. Making it seem as though they are all competing to see who's the worst. Money, drugs, capitalism, gangsters, guns. The devil inherent in every person. The title puts you on game, and the recurring vocal, let me put you on game, is Lupe asking the listener to allow him to explain the basics of the game. The purpose being you will awaken from the system and assist humanity in overcoming its inherent susceptibility to evil. And then another interpretation, corrupt world leaders, Illuminati. References to corrupt corporations are weaved throughout this track. Overpriced medicine, the ruler of the Oval Offices. The game is an extremely complicated and well-articulated system which was created by the planet's corrupt rulers. It is believed by many that these rulers of the world are the ones who are orchestrating things such as world domination at the cost of third world countries and brainwashing of their own citizens via the media they control. Well, yeah. I don't think there's too much arguing over that. Now, maybe some of the finer things and like what is and isn't, you know, conspiracy theories, all of those things, but at least some inkling of this, there's no denial. Okay, this person does a pretty big breakdown. Song's open for interpretation, whether you call it the game, the devil, saying it's about weapons. Even my friend told me once it's about the Illuminati. Obviously, there's one surefire route. It's that something is very wrong with society. It's driven by some force that we as the human race have created and maintained, whether we realize it or not. Well said. That's what I think is the page that we could probably all get on. Man, Lupe, so effective with every word. All right, really excited to listen to some more Aesop rock. Again, even though I suck at interpreting his songs, but they're a lot of fun to listen to. So that's what matters first, right? This is Gopher Guts, again, coming to us from Adam Barken. Let's see. He said from the album Skeleton, it's a merciless act of self-reflection. First 2 verses are a baffling and beautiful poetic retelling of his divorce and subsequent isolation. Third verse is clear and painfully honest as anything you'll hear in modern music. Well, hey, maybe I'll catch on this time if it's that obvious, but we'll see. I'm okay I'm okay being up here willing to look like an idiot for your entertainment. So here we go. used to say this. Greasy, grimy gopher guts, mutilated monkey meat, little dirty birdie feet.
Greasy, grimy gopher guts, poolside, open one, I don't forget spoons twice. Lukewarm Folgers, mold on his moon pie. Rooms in his home that dissipate in the fruit flies. Suicide lane, wide load ride, looting in the wake of an amicable marooning. My duty go for moving.
Amicable marooning.
To mock me, I accidentally saw the woman in half. She said, I'll keep you in my prayers. I said, I need to hide a body. She said, okay, honey, talk to you on Friday. Apparently we share a common plasma, so the growing disconnection doesn't matter. According to the blood and water chapter. Weird. Who wrote the blood and water chapter anyway? Probably some surly dad. Only child, 30 cats. Looking for a way to reconnect with an averted past. Except it doesn't always work like that. Today I pulled 3 baby snakes out of moss and dirt. With a wild strawberry bombs toss and turn. I told them you were gonna be something inventive and electric. You were healthy, you were special, you were present. Then I let them go.
A dark and ominous track.
You were sitting at the gate awaiting spirits and provisions. I was privy to a headache over pirouetting innards in a mirror sweating pictures. Who's there, simian or lizard? As it were, there is a disappearing difference in ambition and material. Antiquated gentlemen, outlaws reduced to a Ferris wheel of vitriol. Move as a godless heathen, black gums, tooth gone. Bootleg Yukon, Cornelius, I'm a... That's better, here we go. Disenchanted face printed on a $0 bill. Got a little plot of land where authority isn't recognized. Contraband keeping the core beside checker lies. Check, never mind a misanthrope vying for affection to the wretched sound of mysticism. Dying, it is something he must handle on his own. The wind blown way when a wind don't play. Today I pulled 3 green frogs at a leaf and bark. Where the grapevines climb a convenient barn. I told him you were gonna be something tenacious and exalted. You are mighty, you are gracious, you are lauded. Then I let him go.
So first serpents, then frogs. That's interesting.
Oh. I have been completely unable to maintain any semblance of relationship on any level. I have been a bastard to the people who have actively attempted to deliver me from peril. I have been acutely undeserving of the ear that listen up and lip that kiss me on the temple. I have been accustomed to a stubborn disposition that admits it wish its history disassembled. I have been a hypocrite in sermonizing tolerance while skimming for a ministry to pretzel. I have been unfairly resentful of those I wish had acted different when the bidding was essential. I have been a terrible communicator, prone to isolation over sympathy for devils. I have been my own worst enemy since the very genesis of rebels. Today I pulled 3 ghost crabs out of rock and sand. With a low tide showcase of promised land. I told them you were gonna be something dynamic and impressive. You are patient, you are gallant, you are festive. Then I let them go.
Dude, Aesop is just one of the most creative people I've encountered through this channel. We still have not done a full album from him, and I really need to so that I can like listen to the full album on my own. I love his artwork. I love just all the different things he talks about, and obviously the way in which he conveys it. Even though it is very challenging for like being in this position, hearing it for the first time, and then going and like looking at the lyrics and trying to figure out like, you know, what's the whole of what he's talking about, and then, you know, spending time on some of the bars, because I know people have done that and they're very, very long videos. People who are much better at it than I am. But just the whole vibe and everything is so good. Okay, I'm really curious. He mentions serpents, 3 serpents, 3 frogs, 3 ghost crabs. You know, obviously based on the information that Adam gave us coming into this, you can see the connections there to the idea of divorce. But I'm curious if the idea of catching these things, speaking very like impactful and inspiring things to them, and then letting them go, and then after he says, "Oh," I'm wondering if that's connected to what he says is his inability to kind of foster and carry on these relationships. Like he struggles in that. If the idea of letting them go is part of that versus seeing something through, like he keeps finding these things, letting go. But I don't know. I'm curious to see if I can find out the connection with like serpents, frogs, ghost crabs, and all of that. So let's get in and see what we can find out here. 15th final track, when not counting Dokken Rules BMX, 2 bonus tracks in deluxe edition. Okay, produced by himself. So with the choruses, this person says, I spotted a pattern he describes. The snakes as babies, the frogs as green, the crabs as ghosts. I think this is more important than the animals themselves. The snakes are young and feeble and know little. The frogs are youthful but inexperienced. The crabs are dead. They are a memory. The babies, he tells them of their promising future, how miraculous and special they are, then releases them into the world. The frogs, in my view, being teenagers, are mighty, gracious, and lauded. They will grow to be a great and conqueror, something teenagers are raised to believe. The crabs, he tells them of how their memory will be cherished and well loved, patient, dead and have been waiting, gallant, like grandparents look back on with admiration, festive, remembered around special occasions. Wow, that's really insightful. So let's see. We won't read all of this. Song's more self-reflective as opposed to the very literal interpretation of the hooks. First 4 lines I thought were looking back on his childhood. Gopher Guts is a children's song as well. Think that he who was drinking Folgers coffee might be Aesop's dad. 5th and 6th lines suggest a tragedy happened in his life leading him to suicide lane. Suspect that someone abandoned him with decent intentions, amicable marooning, therefore began to isolate himself. Looks like no matter what he did, his mother would still love and support him, which is a concept he can't understand. He may not be able to reciprocate the love she gives him by supporting him in this way. I'm actually not sure what the significance of the hooks are, but I don't really think it's literal. Interesting, man. I say that word a lot. I do want to look into that pretzel line real quick, but the only reason I know that children's song is from Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. So you have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think the second one was The Big Baby. And maybe the third one was Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. But one of the kids in that movie sings, great big globs of greasy, grimy gopher guts, mutilated monkey meat, little dirty birdie feet, French fried eyeballs swimming in a pool of blood, and me without my spoon. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. Let's check out this pretzel line. I've been a hypocrite in sermonizing tolerance while skimming for a ministry to pretzel. He's preached tolerance, yet hypocritically, he's continued to ridicule the world's religions and its believers. For a ministry to pretzel. I don't know. The only way that I can think of a pretzel is you bend a pretzel. You know, if you talk about something being in a pretzel, excuse me, or a person being in a pretzel, it's all, I don't know. Super cool song though. Regardless. Okay, next up, we have, this is an unreleased one from J. Cole. This comes to us from Kaden. Says this is an unreleased song that J. Cole previewed in a documentary about For Your Eyes Only. Because of this, it's not available on streaming service, so I provided a link. Feel free to use the video I sent or find another one you prefer. Okay, so this is called Javari, Want You to Fly from J. Cole.
Something I've been feeling.
Javari.
Jensen.
Yeah. Yeah. God is real and he using me for a bigger purpose. So fuck the world that would have you think that a nigga worthless. Sometimes I think that these verses can help a person way more than the ones they reading in churches on days of worship. No disrespect to the Lord and Savior, that ain't just ego. I just observed that the words no longer relate to people. Cause modern times be flooded with dollar signs and social media stunting. My niggas just wanna shine. They frame of mind so far removed from the days and times of Nazareth. Life these days is a labyrinth, and the maze so elaborate we barely get through half of it before it's too late. My niggas is felons from selling weight in more than 2 states. 2-2 in his waist before he could even shoot straight. Quick to draw on you like Aaron McGrew, the nigga who fake. All of that to say maybe the hood need a new face. A new story about a boy from not too far where you stay. Want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. Want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. His mama was a virgin named Yolanda, and she raised him on her own. After she was disowned, her mama called her a liar, said get the fuck out my home since you wanna be grown. So there she was now, 17 and alone. But this little boy that grew in her stomach made her feel strong. The angels paid her a visit one night and let it be known this was God's child. Woman, behold a miracle. She shed tears cause she never believed in the spiritual, but her heart was pure and she was good. For 18 years she raised him on Section 8 in the cold embrace of the hood. Did the best that she could. The boy was named Javari. Walked with the spirit of his father emanating from body. Want you to fly, want you to fly. Want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. Want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. Back in the hood, look at Lil Vari preach. His words were full of spirit, his truth it would always reach. He laid his hands on Toya when niggas called her a freak and told her that God loved her no matter who she let be. But being promiscuous is a sign that there's something deep that troubles her soul. The day she lets it go, she'll find peace. She broke down admitting her stepfather had touched her for years. She kept it secret for fear of her mother's grief. Now the bitterness she feels for that nigga is at a peak. And a lack of self-esteem is the reason that she would sleep with anybody and not think twice. Javari spoke calmly, instructing her to forgive her stepfather. Though he was wrong, he was sick, afflicted by evil. But the power to switch how you feel about people who hurt you is truly a gift. The thing that can make you rich or keep you down in the ditch. If you refuse to let go of the ground, and how can you lift into the sky where you belong with the Most High? Now wipe those tears from your eyes. My father wants you to fly. Want you to fly, want you
Wow.
to fly. Want you to fly, want you to fly. Here we go. Want you to fly, want you to fly. Want you to fly, want you to fly. Here we go. Back in the hood, Javari built up a following. Niggas put down they pistols eventually and stopped swallowing Molly pills. Instead, now they bodies filled with spirit. 12 little homies soaking up every word that they hearing. The neighborhood done changed in attitude and appearance. Police dumbfounded by lack of crime and they swear it's a fluke. Not knowing the truth that this America niggas is waking up, but the powers that be, they fear it. So government keeping tabs on Javari and those who practice adherence to things he teaching. And then comes the interference. They storm the hood, guns out, bust into the house that he slept in. A warrant claiming suspicion of drug possession. But Vari sat calmly as if he had been expecting. Heart full of love, even for those who need to oppress him. They told him hands up and he did just as they directed. They fired on him.
Oh, dude.
For a weapon, he laid on the floor breathless, blood leaking from his chest, plus a bullet hole through both of his palms. Ain't that a message? The neighborhood was stressing. The son of God murdered and carried away on stretcher, body oppressor. But 3 days later, the coroner pulled a table. And what happened next is like something you see on cable or hearing a fable. He was suddenly able to open his eyes. Look at him rise. The coroner was surprised. Without a word, Javari walked out, went straight to the hood. The people couldn't believe it. They froze right where they stood as he walked by, shining like a million diamond chains. God flowing from every inch of his frame. He said, hear me out, my niggas. Let me be your proof. My father is real. And through love, homie, peace can be found in the veil. I died for you so that one day you would be able to see. You a child of God just like me. Hear me out, my niggas, let me be your proof. My father is real, and through love, homie, peace can be found in the veil. I died for you so that one day you would be able to see you a child of God just like me. And I want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. Want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, want you to fly, here we go. Go. Can I hear that?
Wow, man. It's kind of like a modern retelling of the story of Jesus. At least in the idea of, obviously J. Cole kind of leads off talking about some different things, but then talks about a girl on her own who has a child, which is Javari. And then Javari kind of grows up, ministers to somebody else about forgiveness. And again, I've talked about this before. It's not saying what the person's done is okay. It's just releasing yourself from the prison of hatred that you have toward them. And so, obviously, preaching forgiveness, becomes a leader. Then there's a coup, right? That leads to his murder. And then resurrection and going back and presenting himself as resurrected and continuing to preach to others. And so, yeah, it just seems like a modern day retelling of the story of Jesus. I love that the refrain, wants you to fly, my father wants you to fly. It reminds me of the intro to 2014 Forest Hills Drive, just when J. Cole kind of gets in that inspiring place, you know, because the reality is, yeah, everybody essentially wants to fly, and I want every human being to fly, to flourish, to be free. So I just love that. This says on Javari, Cole offers a modern day version, the life of Jesus, swapping his name with Javari. Cole's version's darker, more realistic than that of traditional Christianity. That's an interesting way to say that. I think it just means it's more modern. He paints a picture of Javari as the savior and martyr of his hometown, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Cole also shares his perspective on spirituality and religion, proposing that they reflect contemporary society rather than their outdated traditions. Yeah, but that's also the challenge of any orator, is to take ancient wisdom and make it applicable. It's not to twist it and change it to our times, but to understand the central message of what is being said and how does that apply to us today. I think it's more so when you start getting off on people that just use a lot of blanket statements and blanket answers, or say things that just don't have any semblance to the world we live in or the life that we live. And I know for me, I was a pastor for 20 years and I labored over like, man, okay, here's what I really feel like I want to communicate. Here's the scripture and the central heart of it. A lot of times I would use like a one simple truth. Like, here's what I'm talking about today. Here's one simple truth. And then you might have a couple points to help, flesh that whole thing out. But I always, the same way as in talking to you here, wanted to just make it plain. Like, let's talk about the hard stuff and let's look at all the different angles, and you might see it this way or feel this way, but another person, you might feel this way, or you see that and you're like, how the heck am I supposed to do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, you know what I mean? Like, that's where gifted orators are able to not just get up and say a bunch of stuff, but actually get to the heart of the matter and help people. The famed snippet of the song was first premiered during Cole's For Your Eyes Only HBO documentary. Cole teased its imminent release in 2019, but it still didn't surface officially. The song leaked in 2020. Cole replied to a tweet that wondered when he would drop the full track. He simply commented, "They ready for it." Bet then, King of Queens, they ready for it. I wonder why he wasn't able to get it released. Sneaky dropping classics on low, waiting to smash on everyone. Yeah, it was really, really great. Really well done. Don't expect anything less from Cole, though. Okay, this next one is from Brock Jensen. The artist is XG. The song is Howling. And he said XG is an all-female group with 7 members. They have a very diverse catalog, insane range amongst the group. One listen and you'll be hooked. Yeah, okay. Challenge accepted. Let's get into it. Sounds like an upright bass.
First we rockin', that's how we roll. Block is hot cause X flip that dome. Tough as diamonds, no sticks and stones. That's connected like tic-tac-toe. Lights go out and my pack just grow. Opposition, my prey, my foes. Game of hunger, I'll bring that smoke. You don't want no smoke. Thanks out. Attack on 3, that's a man down. I've been throwing these paws like a handout. Too many captain, I be losing head count. See the red dot. I like to cook, so I humble my dinner. My appetite only get bigger and bigger. If I too wolf, then it must be a thriller. Woke up in blood, so I must be a killer.
No way out when it fades out. Can't hide in the dark. Cause when the moonlight on the full rise is going down, nothing can stop or dangerous. So don't play with us, could be dangerous. So run if you hear the sound, the sound. Cause that's how we howl.
It's fun listening, man. Dude, my daughter would go crazy for this.
Moonwalk on a rooftop like a roof. I move like Nat Geograph with a zoom shot. Hoorah, huddle up, bring in the whole squad. These places not for you to reenact. First down and you know how we adapt. Touchdown and you know how we impact. Caught the throw, got the goal. Rewind the video, do it, really get it, run it back. You unleash the beast, call it Wolfgang cause we back to feast. Call it first hand, a new type of breed, never sees, I got mouths to feed. Listen to hear the howling, sound of a couple thousand albums. Now the fear surrounded, I move with Owlins. Group like a group of wilders, no choice but to choose the violence.
Can't break out, no escape route, there's nowhere to hide.
I haven't listened to a lot of big collectives, but I do like them. I think it's such an interesting dynamic.
That's how we howl.
It's so catchy.
Where the strongest one survive. Too late to run away, you better kneel and pray. We're howling in the dark. That's how we howling, growling, wildin'.
Can't see the hip thrusting.
We howling, growling, wildin'. Where are you now?
Oh man, sorry if this is offensive, but it's the closest comparison I have because I haven't got too much into that genre of music, and I know it's only 3 people, but it does remind me of kind of the K-pop Demon Hunters. I know, sorry. You might be like, oh, but that's the closest comparison I have right now. I do want to get into more of these large collectives, and even again, from a business end, I'm so curious how that really works out with so many members, and then obviously management, and obviously they have to be wildly successful to really like make money. But I know those groups can, and when like somebody does really well, the teams that get behind them, like they just so anyways, I love, it's so much fun, man. Let's take a look real quick at the group. Let's see, XG group. Okay, so XG's Japanese vocal group based in South Korea. Group was formed by Galax, a subsidiary, geez, of Avex. The group is composed of 7 members: Jurin, Shisa, Hinata, Juria, Kokona, Maya, and Harvey. They made their debut in 2022 with the release of the digital single Tippy Toes. Let's check them out. Oh, dude, they got some crazy costume work going on. This is fun. You know, I more recently got into like anime and manga. Okay, here's a picture of them. Very cool. Let's go check out what we can find out here. Which obviously it's just kind of about, I don't necessarily want to call it a braggadocious track, but it is. Like, we're here, we're howling, we're the group, we've got power. Yeah, it's an empowering anthem, captures the essence of dominance, resilience, untamed strength. Okay, oh, got a music video. Song of the year right there, so perfect. Rap line serving as always, chorus so good. Yeah, I want to get into more groups like this in the future with some full album reactions. So also, yes, obviously you can visit musicallymalnourished.com to get on one of the future mixtapes. But if you also want to sponsor an entire album reaction, there's an option on there as well. It's only $100, and I do the full length. Same thing I do with all my album reactions. Really dive in, give it my all. So feel free to check that out. And obviously your name gets credited on the bottom for that reaction. Okay, we have another one from Brock. This one may cause me some pain because we already did Mural from Lupe Fiasco. This is Mural Junior. So maybe it's a little bit of a dumbed down version or a shorter version or a smaller version for people like me, because Mural just that's what it did to my brain. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me see. Brock didn't say anything about that. So here we go.
Holy assumption of man into the heaven sphere. Many mansions fit champions within its 7 tiers. Evangelists reimagine every 11 years. Pause for applause, evolves to what was never here. Born to death, born to die. Form the flesh, form the eyes. A veritable storm of winged form swarms the skies. Marital norms unperformed, but the porn survives. In the dorms of the storm, they keep warm supplies. Going to lose the use of tooth, horn, and thigh. Before I was standing, I was landing. 2 one hand, one man bands jamming in tandem. He who power naps then plans, gathering ransoms. And maps man's laps in a hand lathered in absent. Got a talent, traffic and ramblings. And handing out amazing handmade maps of the labyrinth. Out the back of the wagon, out the back of the madam. Out the back of the magnum, then out the trap of enchantment. Bellerophon with the megaphone. Mega Man, desert zone. Run marathons with sweater zone. That was so simple but hot. In a place where it's so simple but not. Closed temples and old little forgots. To roll hold chisels, cripples who won't miss us a lot. The old hoes that they won't give you a shot, but you can get the whole pistol, it's gon' hit you a lot. These are real words from a savage mind. Unmaximized man on the average climb, who don't deserve the whole truth in only half your time. Fit the life of a whole booth in only half a line. In the future life, I don't even have to rhyme. We'll get the entire Armageddon with only half the signs. Just yields and railroads. In lush fields with bell tolls. Couple huddles of the unskilled but well told. It's unreal how off one deal to sell souls. That he got him by the dozen. Medunia oblongata is what got him by the oven. Like how the moon shine is what got him by the cousin. He got her by the bottom and he bout to stick his tongue in. Such an unsettling scene, an obscene setting for the unwedding of rings. The sharpest dresser at the unheading of queens. The architecture is something you've never seen. Dream clean. That's 3 words at the same time. And kill 3 birds with the same. And one each and every hand with the same bluffing. Answers each and every man with the same question. What is it? But you still wanna know, but I already done did it. I ball heavy, the physics is all. But it's already specific. If we doing what's already done, that means it's already terrific. That's rather meta poetic, and just to acknowledge that just an extra exhibit to what's already within it. The galleries lack the wall space, so I made a gallery of galleries made of all space. If it was more small, it'd be Moore's law. From the land of the pole where we Warsaw. From the hand of a pro to a whore jaw. Make a stand at the store to the snow thaw. Went from paper boy to editor, for throwing Ars Poetica with the arms of Federer. On the porches and steps of the farmhouses of settlers. One of several sets who can come and charm the predators. We who measure the measuring tools of measurers. We who pleasure the pleasure tubes of pleasurers. We who lecture at treasured schools of lecturers. We who question the treasured rules of leveragers. Born to death, born to die. Mourn correct, immortalize. In a war where your performance score is your salary, it's like fantasies combating your mortality. I'm just trying to restore sanity. Sigmund Freud, boy, Leroy to your vanity. To instill what kills krill, destroys manatee. So heal spills, but still seal deals that build factories. Looks Roman senator and it reveals Maccabees. So never just trust off guts, but what's actually. Unless it's Quados. Now we back to pillars of salt. I recall back peeling potatoes. In hindsight, maybe attack of killer tomatoes. A Caesar shoulders carrying plenty Pentium payloads. Now that's another strata, but I was making sense. Then cop out took the highway, and I was making chips. A nappy head karate kid. I was breaking bricks, can fight like Tekken 5, even taking 6. This rehabilitation, I be taking trips. Don't ruin us, God said. I won't make a dent, hardly, but I'm still Harvey. I hope this making sense. Devil tooting his own horn. Don't come and take a sniff in the streets. You gotta fight. You get punished for taking whiffs. To make that change for your team, gotta have New Jersey drive in the stomach for taking whips. I'm just trying to redeem with these handful of bars. Don't beat me for coming clean. To unify the hooks, if you know it, then come and sing. No bussin' while I'm sleep. Nightmares will come in dreams. Samurais rarely die from another sword. This is 1985 meets the hoverboard. That was Bobby Johnson potato, just to underscore. Think deep, but don't let it fry your motherboard.
It is frying my motherboard.
So now them paintings plural, but this is Junior's mural.
Man, a beautifully moving track, you know, very like cinematic in its feel, operatic even. And it's like I can sense some of the things that he's talking about in the spirit of what he's trying to convey. And the bars I know are so good. I'm just like, I need a book, you know? I need a book from him describing each and every one of it, because I feel like there's so many good things. And maybe once I do a Lupe album and we kind of like look through things, then I may it just may become my new hobby of really trying to understand everything that he's trying to communicate. I feel like I picked up on, there's definitely some sexual themes going on in there, maybe violence, maybe even suicide, self-harm. Seemed like there's some war themes. So this says it was the first title revealed for Draga's Wave via tweet. One spoiler, Mural Jr. on Draga's is the lyrical. Fire something plain handwriting run Santa of life. Okay. This song is a follow-up to Lupe's song Mural off of his album Tetsuo and Youth, released that year. Being Mural Jr., it's a shorter song than the 8:49 previous Mural. They're both no-hook songs, share the meaning of painting a broader picture of life. Oh, and once we get around to that stuff, man, seeing these things, these one-take performances of Mural and Mural Jr. is so cool. Lupe likes rapping out of the range of himself, like he lyrically possesses other entities and speaks for them. He's not rapping about himself here. It's hard to be being a Lupe fan, go to Harvard to be Lupe stan. It's not hard to be a Lupe fan, but I could understand if you were like, man, I just can't rock with that music unless I really like study it, or it's only for a certain type of person. Like if you have to be an academic for Lupe, I don't feel that. I think his stuff's super fun to listen to because he's just talented and the music's great. I'm more so just acknowledging that there's so much there that I want to understand that he's communicating. I feel like there's a lot of weight, a lot of depth, and I'm curious too of other songs, you know, that are maybe more playful and things as well. And for my own like curiosity, I want to know deeper the things that he's speaking about. Really good stuff, man. Okay. Next up, we have from Tag Butler. This is Pusha T, I Pray For You, featuring Labyrinth and Malice.
I pray for my enemies, I pray for my friends, I pray for the one who will betray me again. Pray for the killers, I pray for the saints. Please pray for me now, 'cause darling, I pray for you. I pray for I pray for you.
Definitely sounds like a physical organ, because you can hear the key lifts.
Rarely do you see the phoenix rise from the ashes. Lightning struck twice on 4 classics. Self-preservation, we separate ourselves from the plastic. The ankle of my sweat still elastic. Still do gymnastics. If hope still forever young, then I'm a somersault backwards through these chapters. Land in the soft white, cook it till it's off-white. They questioning my scorecard, hold it to a torchlight. I hit it in the porch light. See, I had the foresight. My 911 was pulling up to matching Porsche night. Ooh, the married drug dealer even named my son Bricks. He raps what he lives, so fuck the nanny gon' sit. It's the grown man in me, searching for the plug, that's the nomad in me. Still the X factor, that's the raw hand in me. Reluctantly a role model, they drowned in too many gold bottles. Harold Melvin without the blue note. The past 10 years screaming Uno, then sidestep back into the duo. The kings of the Pyrex. I'm my brother's keeper if you listen and you dissect. All I talk is money if you listen to my dialect. Bitch, I shot grinding in my mama's projects. I'm just being honest with you, how is that for context? You can live forever when the shit you write is timeless. We gon' live forever cause the shit we write is timeless.
Something like Gregorian chants.
Tell me what I missed. New designer drugs and emotions I don't get. I don't Hellcat, still paddle when I shift. Vietnam flashbacks, I get triggered by a sniff. Today's top 5's only strengthening my myth. Belong on Rushmore just from chiseling a brick. Still fighting demons, see that curse is now my gift. Secrets die with me, that's as deep as the abyss. That is no coincidence. When I was in the mix, opened up your nose like I'm cutting it with Vicks. Slaving over stoves like I rub together sticks. Paved another road so my soul will coexist. But heaven only knows I will dig another ditch. In a suit and tie like you putting on the Ritz. 3 record deals showed me ignorance was bliss. Trying to milk a game that is only 2%. X told you hell is hot, I told you repent. Faith never wavered as I walked along the fence. Faith moves mountains, so what are you up against? Watch my brother round you bitches, I know he pretends. I greet you with the love of God, that don't make us friends. I might whisper in his ear, bury all of them. Light another tiki torch and carry it again. Back up on my high horse's chariots again. Put the ring back on a finger, marry it again.
Oh boy, they went hard on that one. I'm really looking forward to coming up pretty soon. We're doing Let God Sort 'Em Out from clips that got voted in on Patreon. And so I'm really curious to hear clips. Okay, there are 2 members, right? I think they kind of went their separate ways at one point and then came back together for this album. So this says, Pusha's favorite song off the album, I Pray For You, is the 4th Clips collaboration since the group ended in 2010, the 2nd in the past month, which this was back in 2022. This is also the first track where No Malice has referred to himself as Malice since his conversion to Christianity in 2012. Pusha T raps about what he has accomplished with his brother in their lives and careers, while Malice turns faith talk into some threats living up to his name, all over Labyrinth's gospel-like vocals and organ-heavy production reminiscent of church music. The song was first revealed Pusha T's April 2022 interview with Charlemagne. Okay. So Clips said, first of all, be clear, Malice told me that he wanted his name to read Malice and not No Malice on the track listing. This is from Pusha T. This was his request, and I think that just in creating this song, people will see how great he is as an artist, as a lyricist, and you understand he can turn this on and off whenever he wants. This is really his world. People have been hearing the record and immediately say, oh man, I always told you your brother was better than you. I don't care. It's fine. He can rap better than me. It's okay, guys. But yeah, I think it's a dope moment for the Clips and gives that Clips level of nostalgia that you might have been missing. So let me get straight on the members' Clips. Okay, Clips, also known as The Clips, is an American hip-hop duo formed in '94, consists of brothers Gene Malice and Terrence Pusha T Horton. Okay, you guys have told me this, but I didn't know Pusha T was part of Clips. At least like it's not in the front of my brain. So I guess it was Pusha T obviously done his own stuff as well, but when they come together, it's Clips. Pusha T was known as Terrar during the group's early years, while Malice was originally known as Malicious. Man, talented brothers. Yeah, man, super cool. I was curious when he was mentioning Rohan. Is that like the writers of Rohan? Let's see, Rohan. Still the X, searching for the plug, that's the nomad in me. Still the X Factor, that's the Rohan in me. Pusha T boasts about his talent while tying it to a reference to Lauryn Hill's December single, X Factor, which was often interpreted to be written about her ex-boyfriend, 'Rohan' Marley, with whom she shares 5 children. Okay, so no. That's the nerd in me. I mean, I guess it's not, Lord of the Rings isn't really nerdy these days. But I do have the, that's right there. No, you can't see it because of the depth of field from the camera. But that's my Lord of the Rings trilogy. And The Hobbit. Which, funny story about The Hobbit. I randomly picked The Hobbit up. Off of a bookshelf in my middle school library. Knew nothing about Lord of the Rings. Nothing of what this book was. Just pulled it off and read it as a kid, maybe 7th grade, and loved it, even though I had no context for what a hobbit hole was. And it kind of opens talking about hobbits and hobbit holes, and I always assumed it was like a hole in the ground. Not only until they like made the movies and I saw it was like more of built into like a hillside. And I was like, oh, but it's funny. I read this in middle school before I knew anything about how huge Lord of the Rings was. What's that? You also want to see my Tolkien biography? No, you didn't ask about that. So no, it's not the Riders of Rohan. I was also curious about this, what was he saying with ankles? Yo, he said ankles. No, he said ankle, at least. Okay. The ankle of my sweat, still elastic, still do gymnastics. So I wonder if it's like the elastic band's like a sweat band. Self-preservation, separate ourselves from the plastic. The ankle of my sweat, still elastic, still do gymnastics. Then I'm a somersault backwards through these chapters, land in the soft white, cook it till it's off-white. Push continues on the gymnastics metaphor, evoking images of him landing in a pile of coke after gymnastics routine. The idea he could be doing such a routine connects to the previous line about staying forever young. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Lil Wayne from a mixtape. Like I said, this has been kind of on and off of YouTube, or on and off of streaming platforms from what I understand. I could not find it on Apple Music, but I do have it here on YouTube. It's Lil Wayne for Nothing, Dedication 6 Reloaded mixtape. Here we go.
Gangsta. Okay. Yeah. I'm reloading. So after D6, I text Weezy. I said, now it's time for a vacation. I guess the iPhone auto-corrected. And he thought I said, now it's time for a dedication.
We gonna bring it, y'all.
So now y'all got a 20-pack. You're welcome.
Oh, that's funny.
D6 reloading. A dedication.
Looking in the mirror, all I see is money. Bop, bop, well, if I was blind, all I hear is running. Plug went to jail Saturday, pulled to meet him Sunday. He said his bitch flushed at work, time to do some plumbing. Gotta love the way we coming, though we keep it coming. Wolves never cry wolf, and you can feed us onions. Pledge allegiance to the region that's beneath and under. The south side from your blind side, Stevie Wonder. Hunger Games, ain't no games when we speaking hunger. We greedy fuckers, eat your supper, pick our teeth and mug you. The pockets busting out the muscle, bitch, I'm bleeding blubber. And I've been drugging, I can't trust you cause I'm seeing double. And I've been ballin' like the rucker, nigga, triple double. And eyes war and they want peace, but they won't fix the puzzle. You drop the ball, if you're a beast, you won't be quick to fumble. If I'm too deep, then get a bigger shovel, dig a tunnel. If you're a beast, then that bitch can't get a nickel from you. I'm the only one that speak when we in the huddle. Make a pussy nigga leak, then jump in the puddle. We coming deep to your street, bout to rent a shuttle. Every day of the week, if I hit the streets, I gotta hit a hustle. Every day of the week, I gotta get loaded, skip the buffering. I got it made, and with that said, I gotta tip the butler. I like my bitches, muster business, hushed and Bentley's custom. Bitches suffering cause the system fucked them, now they fucking. They can't hide their battle scars, but they can hide their stomachs. Niggas like Niagara Falls, how they miles are running. But we making caviar out of flounders, guppies. Stand tall, but I'm a muskin to my pile of money. Got down and dug it, found a nugget, made a mountain of it. Don't need a crown, gown, or nothing, I'm the king of subject. Chocolate, brown, cream, and fudgy, and a peanut butter. Fuck the fuckery, I go skullduggery, it get ugly. Niggas thuggin', we got babies smuggling and they huggies. Niggas juggling different kind of drugs, fed struggling. Sippin' activists like Fred Douglas. Good night, sleep tight, watch the bed buggies. She give me ass, she give me head, I call it head button. Walk in a room full of buttons, press the red button. Blow this bitch to shreds, get my skateboard and shred something. Lead pumping, you dead pumpkin, go ahead, dump 'em. Red rum, I'm going hard in the paint.
Red rum.
Head hunting, goodwill hunting, still stunting. All or nothing, Warren G to Warren Buffett. Storming, flooding, lightning, thundering, Carter coming. Like karma coming, my bitch pussy's the warmest oven. Need morning loving, she foreign, Dino might bomb my country. Thick as fuck, no panties when she got on a onesie. Whoa. Time to get the paper though. You ape a whole bitches in line to get the snake for sure. We take the dough up, they don't pay the dough, and that's for sure. We make them vegetables and we don't even like vegetables. These niggas, they break them nigga down to decimals. We up in Mexico to see the plug and not electrical. High cholesterol, you niggas salty, I'm the pepper though. Yo bitch a heifer hoe, she wanna be in my next episode. I'm a stepping stone and that 380 that my chaperone. It blow like saxophone and when the smoke clear, I'm a standalone. I'm from the Terror Dome, yeah that's New Orleans, home of methadone. Cops on megaphones, it's so much bad luck, ain't no leprechauns. I'm the cornerstone, pocket full of stones. On the corner moving stones, Papa was a rolling stone. I'm so stoned in this bitch waiting on Babylon. Bible on the dresser next to the gun and Tylenol. Silence off, spike a bitch drink like volleyball. Olive oil, skinny bitches can't get in the ride at all, not at all. I'm involved in a real private war, time to brawl. Niggas don't want a tune to take his diamonds off. I'm a top.
It's just like this stream of consciousness.
I'ma still drop my set, nigga. Still touring your chest, nigga. Hell no to a yes, nigga. Fucking right to a bad bitch. She can fuck around, get her ass licked. Still can't get her ass kissed. Black fist, middle finger to taxes. The police and their actions. I'm still picking out mansions. Still digging down such and such. Still fucking with so and so. Still fucking my bitches' friends. Never fuck my water hoe. Still talking about Holly Grove. Still talking about coke and dope. On the set in that OVO. On the jet in that OVO. I don't threaten, I go for broke. Wanna step and go toe to toe. No bullshit at this rodeo. And all my clips Pinocchio. Told you bitch for nothing. Drops mic. Well, I can't technically because it's connected. But you get the expression. Hola. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Dedication 6. Some sick shit.
I stopped my background music on. I'm sorry.
First of all, I want to thank Drama for doing this shit again and always doing this shit for his dog, my nigga, one time. Thank everybody involved. My team. My team is my fam. Everybody who put their fingerprints on this shit. Appreciate everybody. So the definition of dedication has changed for me since the first one, since the second one, since the third one, whatever. It's because whenever I put it out, it's life. And since I don't write none of my shit, I'm coming from the head, and what happens is, and you rap so long, or when you do it so long, all the things in your head you done used up. So what happens is you got to start using something else and coming from somewhere else, and that somewhere else is 10 times out of 10 your heart. And
dude, I love Lil Wayne.
Dedication 6 probably is, but yeah, the definitions are always different because I'm always going through something at that time in life. You know what I mean? I probably was fucking your bitch on Dedication 4, and the whole fucking shit was dedicated to her. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whichever one that didn't do as well as all of the rest of them, that was definitely the one that was dedicated.
Dude, first and foremost, let me apologize for I had my background music running. It probably was running during the J. Cole song too. So I have it on when I'm doing, anyways, whatever. So sorry if that was playing. Secondly, just in case I forgot to call it out, the Pusha T song came in from Tag Butler, and this one from Lil Wayne came in from SilkMamba. Dude, Lil Wayne, I have not been able to listen to an album of his yet. I actually just posted on my channel in the post section an interview that he did. The podcast is called Friends Keep Secrets. It's Benny Blanco. Gosh, what's his name? I always forget his freaking name. Anyways, people in there, you can find it. They had Lil Wayne on, and it's such a cool podcast the way they do it. It's like part podcast, part sitcom. But Lil Wayne, I've only listened to a part of it. There's something about him, man, that I really enjoy. I think he is going to definitely be the kind of like what Snoop Dogg has done, kind of becomes America's uncle. That's kind of what Lil Wayne is to me as well. But he really is, he's a wise person. He can obviously be a bit crazy, but I think especially as he's seems to be getting healthier, he starts talking about from being young and rapping really young and kind of being a local person, and then kind of starting to gain some traction. And his mother didn't allow him to curse when he rapped. And so I think he was 19, before he started incorporating any cursing into his rapping, but had done been on 5 different albums or something by that point. And anyways, it's just as he was kind of talking about even his own children and how he thinks about different things. I don't know, man. I enjoy the way he thinks in a lot of ways. And so that was interesting to hear him say too. Things like, you've been rapping so long, you pulled everything from your head. And it was it's eventually you got to tap in somewhere else. And he's the heart. And it's funny. He's I might have been doing this on the other thing, and that's what I rapped about. But on this one, I don't know. I really enjoy Lil Wayne. So, and it was cool, the intro too, when he was trying to say, I sent him a message and said, what he said, time for a vacation is what he meant to say, but he actually said, now it's time for a dedication. And he's like, okay, bet. It's no, that's not what I meant. Yeah, and I love learning about all these little kind of mixtape series, these collectives. Because obviously J. Cole has his For Your Dreamers, or For the Dreamers. And then I'm assuming obviously they've done a lot of these dedication. And so there's so many, but always really cool to discover new ones. Okay. Next up, we have, and normally there's 10 songs on a mixtape. This one has 11. From Military Chicken 92, we have Suicide Boys, and the song is Matte Black. Military Chicken said, released in 2022, Matte Black is the second track from Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet Temptation, and one of the duo's biggest fan favorites. Gray 59 is their independent label named after Highway 59 in Louisiana, while gray represents the neutral ground between both sides of the highway. Let's get in. Give it a listen.
You did good, son.
Fucking that bitch in the yoga stand, swinging that kid with a open stand, slow to smoking that OPM, staying a bar in the closing in. All of my walls they closing in. 5150 they tryna come give me Jamal and my business and mosey in. Neck black, smoking packs, panic attacks, back to back, set next on my lap debate. Should I relax? But back to the hoe I was talking about. I just want to put it up in, I'm out. Pip it up in my blood. What's up, good? Stuck in that dirty side. Letters, 2 numbers, bitch, crank 593. Fingers in the air, main bitch by my side. Sicky pull up in a $250,000 soda. Built out a young Jesus with
it's smooth.
Walkie driving water. Anytime, any place, any hood, any state. Good till it fucking ain't. Woods to the fucking face. Riding with my baby sage. Lines on expensive plates. Tears on my diamond chain. Stow it, never looking face. When I'm spitting game, show me how that pussy shave. Joseph comment with my shame. Mama crying for I stay on me, don't need no hands. Prefer to be lonely, don't need no friends. Hope we get fucking, I don't get fans. I'm with my cousin.
I love the sound, man.
Then I got some lame. Blowing through money like damn, my grass just up on the iris.
Motherfuckers look to me for help. There ain't the ace in the cards I was dealt. I'm 31, still don't know how to take care of myself. Honestly, I'm scared that I might melt. Leave behind a bunch of black spots on a white belt. Maybe in the next life I'll come back as a nice bell. I don't know, there's a fine line between me and you. The biggest difference is I stole that shit that probably puked. I puke on the bullshit y'all try and pull me through, but I'm still shining. Baby girl, wildin', catch me riding by with that look in my eyes. Mom started to swear about the way
I love that. Little wave.
always on my toes, but I'm still the same. Standing tall over my grave. Make sure it's filled with all the people we supposedly save. Make sure you throw the blacks in and all the money we made. I can't put them on my wall, that shit just ain't my taste. It ain't my taste, it ain't my taste. Shawty wanna marry me, I said you better off than dead. If it didn't work out, baby, I'll be real hard to forget. German whips and private jets, private beaches to access. Fuck on me, baby, I'm still a mess and know that ain't a threat.
Yes, I know I'm Unk. Let me have fun, okay?
Try be all I can be and I waste my time. On the brink of insanity, I can't make up my mind. Yeah, I battle my vanity and I fake I'm
Letters to numbers, bitch, screen, fine line. Fingers in the air, bleed, fingers in the air. Phone letters to numbers, bitch, screen, fine line. Fingers in the air, bleed, fingers in the air.
my family, that's great for now. I rub my family, that's great for now. Try and be all I can be and I waste my time. Try and be all I can be and I waste my time.
Be honest with you, I have no clue what they were talking about, but boy was I having a good time, dude. It was so catchy, so fun. I love that. I think everything I've heard from Suicide Boys, which I don't think has been much. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I'm looking back over. Yeah, okay, we did their song Napoleon on Mixtape Volume 4. And I think that might be the only other one that we've done. And I remember enjoying that. So let's check this out for a second. Matt Black's second song, album named Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet Temptation. Sample got used to promote Gray Day Collection, the 9th of May 2022. The song is relatively long for the habitual Suicide Boy song length. Scrim's verse is more of an overall picture of the addictive tendency he has, also of his manic depressive self. He's switching a lot of subjects in the song, like the shaped mind of an addict, by talking first about being with a girl, then talking about relapsing into opioid addiction, I'm assuming, and back to the girl. Sex and drugs are common addiction that people have. He's after talking about his sadness and how he now has money to cope with it, buying land and diamonds, but in reality is not and never will be truly happy. Ruby's verse is mostly based on the fact that he's what the heck is wrong with me? Sorry. On the fact that the more he's getting old, maybe it's just not written well. Thank you for writing it, whoever did though. The same, he's not able to take care of himself. He's talking about how much he's a wreck. Nobody should follow him or be with him because he'll bring people down due to his addictions and actions. Well, sorry to dance to your downfall. Best song, favorite of all time. Yeah, really, really good. All right, you guys ready? It is time to close out this mixtape with none other than Prince himself. This is Little Red Corvette, brought to us on behalf of Silent Phoenix. Let's get in and check it out. A little quieter. I'm going to try to turn it up.
Sideways, I don't wouldn't last. You're the kind of person that believes in making out once, love them and leave them fast. I guess I must be dumb. She had a pocket full of horses, Trojan and some of them used. But it was Saturday night. I guess that makes it alright. You see, what have I got to lose? And honey, I say, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. You need a love that's gonna last. Guess I should've closed my eyes when you drove me to the place where your horses run free. 'Cause I felt a little ill when I saw all the pictures of the jockeys that were there for me. Believe it or not, I started to worry. I wondered if I had enough class. But it was Saturday night. I guess that makes it alright. You say, baby, have you got enough gas? Oh yeah, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are. Little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. Oh, body like yours ought to be in chains. It's on the verge of being obscene. No move over, baby. Give me the keys. I'm gonna try to tame you with the red love machine. Little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. Need to find a love that's gonna last. Little red Corvette. Honey, you got to slow down. Little red Corvette. 'Cause if you don't, you gonna run into red Corvette. In the red Corvette. Right down to the ground. You got to slow down. You got to slow down.
Oh man, I love that. I love too. It's such a creative songwriting, you know. That's one of my favorite things from songwriters when they use these different things, which in this case it literally is a vehicle, but that's what I normally call it when they're communicating a message, which here he's talking about a girl that just moves a little too fast and has obviously had many different partners. And he's also seems like he's kind of wondering, is he going to measure up? But the vehicle in which he's communicating it is this little red Corvette, which is, you know, known as like a hot, sexy, fast car. And it's kind of like that's who she is. So I love that. It seems simple, but it's very creative storytelling and the way to communicate a message. I don't like the thought of used Trojans in your pocket. Gross, dude. Yeah. So let's go check this out real quick. Quack. Little Red Corvette, arguably the greatest song about a one-night stand in history, compares this woman to an exciting ride in a powerful sports car. Second single came Prince's first of 14 top 10 hits in the 1980s, and it definitely has that 80s sound, man. Even the vintage recording of it, too, is really cool. Its success then pushed the album's first single to a later higher peak of number 12. I saw there was like a live version of it that's really popular as well. So Prince wrote virtual liner notes in the mid-90s for some of his biggest hits as a feature on one of his first websites. Here's his entry for Little Red Corvette, and yes, he wrote it in the third person. After another marathon all-night recording session, Prince wrote this in the front seat of Lisa's pink car. Brand of car can be gotten from her, whom PRN Prince drove when she was in LA. Prince always considered the song a dream because it was written between 3 or 4 cat naps. He was never fully awake. Did Prince write and produce all of his own music? When did Prince pass away? Wasn't that long ago, right? 2016? All right. Well, there's plenty, obviously, to get into from Prince in the future, so that'll be fun. I can't wait till we really start getting into some older stuff. Man, what a great mixtape. This has probably been one of my favorites so far. It was interesting because there was kind of this common thread running through many of the initial songs, which is not planned that way. I really just put them in here based on when they're submitted. But Nujabes, really cool. Loved that. Curious to see what else he has, but also specifically, was it Sice Star, I think it was. Really enjoyed him on that. Miguel, super cool, super impactful. Obviously, Lupe and Aesop bring in it as they always do. Same with J. Cole. XG, that was a fun toss-up. Thanks for introducing us to something new. Again, I really want to get into more like large collective groups like that. Pusha T and everybody on that. Really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to that Clips album. Lil Wayne, always fun. Eventually we'll get around to some of his albums. And then Suicide Boys, like I said, I was grooving. I think it was obvious. And Prince, thank you for the introduction to Prince. I can't wait to get to more from him. Let me know what your standouts were. And again, if you want to be on a future mixtape, visit musicallymalnourished.com and you can submit your songs there, as well as if you'd be interested in sponsoring a full album. If you're like, oh, he needs to listen to Prince now. When people sponsor an album, it gets priority. I have a certain day of the week that's like, we don't have Patreon picks and we don't have the mixtapes that I just plug you in. So it's a guaranteed listen. But thanks for hanging out with me. I look forward to talking with you in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.